Hi crewmates, so it's the day after the Disney Store London pin trading event. Now, there were lots of ups and downs throughout this event, and it was a very steep learning curve for me because that's the first pin trading event I ever went to. Ultimately, it ended on a high note because I was able to grab Richard multiple pins, and yeah, it was actually ended on a good high note. Now, I do have his permission to show you these and show you his haul in this video, so that'll happen later. I want to start by talking about the actual event itself. There was very mixed reviews about how this event went. Now, as I said, it was very up and down. I met some wonderful people, I learned about the pin trading community, and they're lovely. They're very welcoming, very warm people, and I made multiple queue buddies and multiple friends on that queue when we were just standing there for, I think it was about 3 hours total that we did down the back of that queue. It was probably not the smartest thing I've ever done, but I managed to finish it, and I managed to do it successfully. So, straight out the gate, my first lesson was that showing up half an hour for these things does not cut it. From what I heard from people who were further up the queue, queuing actually started at about 10 a.m. 10 a.m. was the earliest time that I heard people started queuing outside of Disney Store London on Oxford Street, which is mad. But I showed up at about 6:30. I was right down the back of the queue and was on the border of the cut-off line when they were gonna stop letting people in, and it was only by sheer luck and a flipping miracle that I actually got in. Thank you very much to that very kind lady, by the way. So, as I said, it was a very up and down event. I do have some comments that was on the TikTok and short that I made. Basically, more people turned up than I think Disney Store were actually expecting. As I said, that queue went round the back of the building and down round the block. It was a stupidly long queue. I think the actual count when the guy did it, the highest number we heard was about 400 and something people in the queue. And I don't know how many pins were actually available. Actually, I can find that out because when I do the haul video, I'll be able to tell you how many pins were actually available up for grabs in the set. But no, there's lots of comments on the TikTok about how it wasn't very well organised. There's a lot of comments from people saying they're actually glad that they didn't go. I mean, I'm glad I did go. Like, I've learnt a lot about the pin collecting community. I've not been inspired to start pin collecting or pin trading, thankfully, because I do not have enough money in my bank account to do that. It wasn't well organised. It wasn't well done. There was no direct answers as well, I must confess. There was not any clear direction other than if you had one of these little plastic key things, I'll show you a picture of it right here, then you were able to get in. And there was no clear indication whether anybody else would be getting in or not. You know, there was no solid answers. As I said, I think the queue was a lot longer than what Disney Store had anticipated and stocked for. Now, I was one of the last ones in the door, so I was very, very lucky in what I got, and I just grabbed whatever I could when I got there because I knew Richie was going to like all of the pins available. But when I got there, all of the London ones were gone, all of the large pins were gone as well. There was one big, like, central pin to the collection, and that obviously, that was the first thing to go. Now, getting onto the positives, actually, now I actually had a really good time. There were some really high moments on that queue. So I met several people, and we became very good friends very, very quickly because we're all Disney mad in that queue. So I hung out with the Disney buddies. They sat and traded pins, and I'd sat on, watched, and basically got very, very cold. I was lucky it wasn't raining, because knowing British weather, count your blessings where you get them. Anyway, let's get on to the other high point of the video, which is, of course, the haul itself. Now, I actually did quite well given that it was the end of the day. So, first thing out the bag is the brochure. So it gives you an image of all the pins that were available on the day, and then a sneak peek into the pins that we'll be releasing at a later date. So we've got the actual collection itself, so these are the pins that I tried to get yesterday. I wasn't able to get all of them, but I was able to get some. And then we've got Winnie the Pooh pins coming out later this year. There's another mystery pin collection coming. Oh, there's Lady in the Tramp pins coming, and obviously a anniversary Pocahontas pin as well. On the back, we've got more pins. There's another Stitch collection coming, a 626 collection, so I'm assuming the release date for that is going to be on the 26th of June, because if you organise the dates the way that the Americans would write it out, you get 626. So I'm assuming that's going to be the release date of this collection here. And then there's some more pins up here that will be coming later in the year. They don't have... oh no, they do have a date. April to June 2025. So this collection here will be coming out quite soon. So anyway, that's the first thing out the bag, that's the brochure. Now, moving swiftly onwards to the actual prizes of the night. I was able to get Richie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the pins available on the day off. So these were the first two I picked up. I've got Donald and Daisy. Next up is Mickey and Minnie. These are all 90s themed, by the way. The theme of the night was Rewind to the 90s. I managed to get a Hercules one, an Aladdin one, and last but not least, a Lion King one. Now I actually got 2 of these because the purchase limit on the pins were 2 per pin per person, no more. That was the maximum that you were allowed. So I did actually pick up an extra one of these for myself so that I wasn't leaving empty-handed. I got 1 pin for me because it just seemed like the smart thing to do. So each pin was priced at £14 each, so putting that into perspective, that would probably be about the mid-price range at somewhere like Disneyland Paris. So when you're at Disneyland Paris, there's a colour code system. So these ones would have been in the middle price category at £14 per pin. So I did spend quite a lot of money last night. Richie has already paid me back for the ones that I have bought for him, so thank you very much, Richie. There was one big, the big circular central pin. Hang on. Oh. This one. That one was the more expensive one, but by the time I got there, they were all gone. But the ones I got were all that were left over, basically. I was, yeah, it was slim pickings by the times I got there, but honestly, I really thought it was going to be even slimmer than that. So I've already showed Richie all of the pins that I was able to pick up for him. Thank you for letting me show off your haul, by the way, bro. And yeah, it was actually quite a successful event. It does need help on the queue system, and thank you to my queue buddies who sat with me through those long hours on the queue waiting for the mere chance of getting one of these pins. But we did it. We got it. We got through it, and hopefully Disney Store can learn from the experience and make the next pin trading event better for its customers. So with that said, crewmates, this haul video and review video is over.